Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new, my name is Olivia, and today I thought I would do something a little different. I'm not going to be wrapping today because I'm kind of lazy. No, really. It's going to be really hot today. We've had a few days of really cool weather, and today is just going to be super hot. So I decided I was just going to be putting on this absolutely beautiful cap I got from Wrapunzel. It's the Lace Illusion hat. I have it on over top of, oh, excuse me. I have it on over top of the velvet headband. Kind of cool, no craziness. I have some exercising to do today, and it's just gonna be hot. So also keeping it casual with Derek's Krispy Kreme shirt. Yeah, two of my children worked at Krispy Kreme a couple years ago, so it's kind of entertaining, but I receive all the cast-offs from the kids, so kind of fun. But I thought today's video I would just catch up. It's been a while since I've made a video. I thought today I would just catch up and talk about stuff that's coming up, because I've got quite a bit of stuff coming up, and I thought I would just lay out what's going on here, just touch base. I went on vacation. So I took an entire week off with no videos and stuff. I even stopped posting for the most part. I didn't take a single picture of a headscarf that I wore, nothing, the entire week. So it was a much needed fun break. David and I went to Savannah just for, it was kind of a break for both of us. Him before he starts back to school, and my goodness, let me take a drink really quick. Sorry. It's first thing in the morning here, and allergies are crazy. So, it was kind of fun. It was also like a kind of an early anniversary trip too. So it was really fun. We visited a lot of really cool places. Really just relaxed. So, oh my goodness. I got a little bit of sun on my face. I don't know how I'm gonna wear foundation because I have a little bit of color, even though it's weird. I typically just burn and then go back to being very pale, but it looks like I retained a little bit of the goldenness this time. I used my SPF 50. Oh my goodness, I'm constantly, and I wore a sun hat. Oh, it's up at the top there. It's way up over there with the strings on it. Whoops, I can't point. So that's what I wore. But I managed to get quite a bit of sun. I just slightly pinked, and then but my foundation is the wrong color now, so it's kind of awkward to put on makeup, so I haven't been bothering with it. But a lot of things came out while I was on vacation. I got a few orders, a few things that I saw that I was like, oh wait, I can do that. And a few things that were sent to me in PR that I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I figured in this video, I would share with you. Now I'm gonna start out with the Wrapunzel. The Wrapunzel dropped a couple of things. One of them was right before I went on vacation, and that was this Shortcake and Berries kit. This is so cool. I had this one on my list of things to get for a while, and I really love this color. I could have used this time last year for my father-in-law's wedding. But anyway, so I had to pick this up. I did wear it while on vacation, and I'm planning to do some fun wraps with it coming up. I like the way I wrapped. I have the original Shortcake and Berries kit with the red and the, I want to call it, I just lost it that quick, my brain. The goldy yellow, saffron, that's the color, and the saffron scarf. And I've wrapped with that. I love that. So I'm going to probably be just doing something similar to that at first, and then going crazy, have fun with this. So that was the first thing. Kind of cool. I'm excited about it. The second thing is I purchased these Riverbed splash earrings way back. I can't even tell you, when they first came out, they were like, oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. I've worn these so many times with so many looks. I bought these and I was waiting patiently for the scarf to come out to go with them. And this one, let me make sure I call it the right thing, because, oh my goodness, the Fly a Kite Scarf. Now, I haven't even opened this one up. It came while I was on vacation. My daughter tossed the package in my room for me, this room. So I'm excited. I was just like patiently waiting all summer for this guy to come out. It's so pretty. So I will be wrapping with this. Oh, there are peacock feathers. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll show them to you. They're like peacock feathers. So totally goes with the peacock room. That's kind of entertaining and fun. So I'm going to be wrapping with this week because I've waited patiently all summer to get this, like I said, and I can't wait. So I've got these and this, I've got this, and I've got the earrings. So I'm excited for it. Okay, so that's the second thing. Now, when they did drop this fall, or yeah, that's the fall line. When they did drop it, again, I was on vacation, so I quick placed my order while I was sitting having a cocktail on Bay Street, River Street, excuse me, Bay Street. What's wrong with me? On River Street, I was sitting there having a cocktail, chatting with my husband, and I was like, oh, it's ready. So I quick placed my order. But I couldn't order one of everything. I had to be reasonable. I mean, I just pick and choose. But the first thing to go into the order was this scarf. This was the first thing in my cart that day. The second thing was this absolutely awesome hat. Now, this is the Effervescence hat. I have worn this one several times since I received it. Really like it. I like it even better than this one. It's just very soft on the inside. It's very light. It's very sparkly. I want it in every color possible because it's just so comfortable and so awesome. Now, the color of the gems, it does say amber on the site. In person, they're more of a rose gold color, at least to my eyeballs, because they have a pinky tone to them. Maybe amber does that, I don't know. But it's more of a rose gold when I'm looking at it. So, which is kind of, like this. So, again, I put this on the first time I wore it with a shaper, the Cloud9 shaper. Mine's kind of dirty. I need to wash it. Please excuse it, but it worked really well with this shaper, and it worked excellent with just the headband. I don't have it on hand. I was looking for it to see if maybe I had the black headband in front of me, but I don't. So it contained my hair really well. It was very super comfy. I didn't put my hair up in any kind of hair clip or barrettes or anything underneath there. I just coiled it up, stuffed it underneath of the hat, and let it slouch, kind of like today. So it worked really well. So I really enjoyed this guy here. Also, this has got a little piece of stretchy bits back here, so I think that helps it stay on my head. I think that's kind of cool. It also gives it a little bit more stretch, maybe structure. It's kind of, it works. It's helpful because this one is just a little bit big. I put it on to the velvet headband and I kind of hide all the excess underneath of my hair, and it works for me because my hair just kind of slouches over top of it and holds it in place. So it's not a big to-do. But this is kind of cool with the stretch and the, so, okay. So this was the second in my basket. Also, before I put it down, I thought because it is so shiny and so pretty, it can totally be worn in a dressy fashion. You know, it's very elegant. And it also can be worn as an undercap underneath of a hijab. I thought that was really interesting. I would take this and fold this one piece underneath, so this comes closer to the front. But it's really interesting. So I'm gonna try that out. I haven't done it yet. So in theory, that's what I'm thinking, that this would be great as an undercap, but in practice, we'll see. Now, unlike this guy here, which totally opens up right in this section and becomes a headband, this one does not. It's not a deal breaker for me, but this just is sewn together here. So it'll be a little bit different than wearing this one. Okay. Now, I also, lots of blue. There are a couple of blue scarves in this Wrapunzel line. I chose the Pashmina, and I just liked it. The other one was really pretty, and I didn't write down the name of it because I'm sorry, I didn't. It wasn't, I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to put it in my cart, and it was pretty, but this one is much, much prettier. I could see me wearing this one more. So it had more gray to the blue, a more steel blue than that bright blue. I'm also starting to transition. The weather's not transitioning with me, but I'm starting to think fall and winter. And I think this one will be a good one for Hanukkah. Now I know that's a long way away, but I'm already starting to think of blues for Hanukkah. And this is going to probably be one of the ones, no, not probably, this will be one of the ones I wear during the 8 days, because it's absolutely beautiful. I love this design down here, the coloring. And of course, because it was worn in the photograph with a clip, this one is the Lovelight leaf clip. I liked it because not only can I wear it with this, I can wear it with a lot of the sparkle scarves in the back here and be all fancy schmancy for holiday parties and stuff. So that's where I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking of this one for right this minute, but I didn't want to miss it, so I had to get it. You know, my luck, it would sell out before I was thinking winter holidays kind of thing. So it's really pretty with the blue gems. Now the blue gems are more a sapphire color on this than this, but I think it works with this. But I definitely think this will work with some of my Shinylicious and shimmeries too. So, okay, so that's that clip. Put these guys over there. The last scarf I ordered from the fall line is the Catching Air scarf. I did wear this one and I did photograph this one. This one is awesome. I love this one. I'm looking through as I'm refiling, or I don't want to say refiling, as I was putting all the scarves back in my unit. It's weird to say unit. So I was putting away all the scarves that, when I added the cupboards on the bottom, I noticed I didn't have a lot of black scarves or a lot of gray scarves. And I do have some black and gray clothing, and I wanted to have black and gray. And this one here is a very deep gray color. It's not quite black. You could call it off black. But when you look at this background color here compared to this color here, there's a definite difference in the color. So I really enjoyed this scarf. It's a light cotton, so I can wear it right away. I don't have to wait for it, unlike the Pashmina. It also has some of this nice olive drab color here. I do like that. I have a lot of olive drab. And it has, oh, there's a bird. Look, there's a bird. And it has a nice tan. So it's it's a nice neutral color, nice blend of neutrals. So I absolutely had to have this one. This one was just, I couldn't resist. I'm gonna fold this back up, but it's really, really nice. A nice big rectangle with the little tassels on the end. It's a lot like some of the Scarf of the Month subscription scarves that I've gotten recently, in that it's a nice light viscosy cottony kind of scarf, and it's extra big, so there's lots of stuff I can do with it. So I really, really liked this one. Oh my goodness, I'm really phlegmy. Sorry. All right. Now there was one kit that I saw. It's not my colors. It's just not, it isn't something I would wear. In fact, I had the Cubist Cutie in that particular color, but I didn't. Here, the kit is the Downtown Chic Kit, and the Cubist Cutie is this kind of sash. I purchased this in every color that I could get my hands on. I think I've only kept this one. So the other ones I ordered, I gave to my mother-in-law, and because they're more her colors, including the one that is in the kit. I had that one. I gave it to her because those are more her colors than mine. So when I saw that, I was like, cool, that's a cool idea for a kit, but not my colors. So I pulled out my Cubist Cutie. This is the one that Tikva was wearing in the photo on the website. So I pulled this out, and I pulled out, oops, my Dewdrop Sparkle in the black. And then I have this headband that's kind of been hanging around a while. And I put these together as a kit. So I'm going to be doing something with these because it's similar to the Downtown Chic Kit, but it's in my colors. So, and I know it's something I do. I see things because I said a long time ago, and I've gotten away a little bit from it because I'm expanding my colors, my color range, but scarves aren't Pokemon. You do not need to collect them all. And that was something that I lived by for a very long time. And I've kind of, I found scarves recently that I would like want one in every single color because I really like the scarf. And I've had to pull back and go, no, you don't wear those colors. They don't look good with your skin tone. They don't look good with the clothing you have. You'd have to buy all new. You get my, I hope you get my drift. But with this one, I decided, instead of buying the kit and never wearing it, or just wearing it once, I would put together a kit in the colors that I wear. So that would be this one. So that's coming up in the next week or so. Also, there was something else, and it just slipped out of my head. I should have written it down. I have a little notepad here. So, all right, so I'm going to be moving on to something that I received in PR that I'm like super excited about. I've worn 2 clips out of this beautiful gift and love them. Now, this is something I wasn't expecting, so it was like, oh my gosh, so cool. A beautiful lady, Sammy, sent me these clips. I hadn't heard of them before, but I don't know why I hadn't heard of these clips before, but these are super, super cool clips. I'm going to show them to you now, but I'll show you. I'm going to put a link to her site in the description box, but these clips are super. This is this one's an extra big one. It's amazing. These guys, I got 3 sizes here, and I cannot wait to use all of these in my looks. I have a couple of the, where are they? Here they are. I have a couple of these just grab this one. These kind of clips here that have the stick in them. And they're really hard sometimes to use because they get this, like this piece here isn't rounded off. It's not filed really, and it snags and catches in the scarves. Also the same back here. This is not really rounded off, and they do snag scarves. Also, I lose these. I don't know if anybody else is as, I don't want to say pathetic, but I lose things. I will take this off, I will lay it down, and then things disappear. You know, my cat, I think, sometimes grabs these and runs because it's shaped like a pencil and that's one of his favorite toys. But I like the style, I like the idea of it, but it's useless when this is missing. It also looks silly if you don't have the exact color one. So that's, and it snags. So when I received this one with all of the rounded pieces, I say rounded pieces, but this is connected. So there's less chance that I'm going to be losing this and not being able to use the clip. Every bit of this is smooth, every bit of it. I put these on with the scarves just to practice, and no snaggage, no catching, no nothing. This is like super, super well made, super, super smooth. This is really flexible. I know it says flexi clip, but sometimes that's not right. So that's a lot of space in there for a scarf tail. So I'm like, okay, unlike like this one is you only get a little tiny bit, and if you've got more, it's hard to get this guy to go through. So I can see this one here being the one that I use a lot with pashminas because it's like huge. It's insanely huge. But I believe, and I don't want to misquote, I love having all the paperwork right here. I believe there are 7 sizes of these guys. That's not the one. Oop. That's the directions. I don't know what I did with the size chart. I think I was talking to my good friend about them and I was walking around with it in my hand. Bad idea for me. Should have sat down. But I believe there are like 7 sizes of these clips. All the way from a small, like little mini clip that's like a hair barrette, all the way up to like this super jumbo size. So Tammy, amazing. Thank you. She sent me these 3. This one is like a rose gold color. It's a small clip. I wore this one first and I totally love this one. I wore it like in this area here. Just like so. It's catching on, please forgive me, it's catching on the, that headband that I have down there. So I wore it like right here because I was practicing the Lady M wrap again. And this one totally will be worn that way. So I'm excited. So this is the first one I tried. Also, yeah, no, that's the first one I tried. Oh my goodness, why am I alsoing? There's no also. This one was cool. I can see this being used for a thinner scarf as an accessory here. I can also see me using it for like a sash or something to wear just like this. So kind of cool. The second one is this beauty here. It's bigger. Definitely gives me more flexiness here. Again, I'm really liking the way this is really smooth. This part here is really smooth. And all of these parts here. Nothing is catching. You know, there's this piece right in the center here. It's hard to see, but even this doesn't catch. There's no grabbing. So these are coming up. I'm going to be doing wraps with these, and I will totally post links in the description. So these are going to be coming up. This is a fun video just talking about the coolness of them, but I will expand on them and give more information and definitely sizes and stuff in the upcoming videos. And of course, in the description box, I'll leave you a link to Tammy's page so you can go and see. But that's something really cool I wasn't expecting, and oh my gosh, amazing, amazing. Now, I think I've gotten that part done. Fun cat stuff. Talking about separation anxiety really quick. Micah was not pleased with me going on vacation for a week. He totally had a meltdown. He was very sad, and he lost a couple pounds. Kind of, it's not funny, but I'm kind of looking at it going, oh my gosh, pandemic kitties is hard. It's hard. That was something else I've been dealing with, trying to fatten his butt up again. So I'm succeeding. So he was sad. Luna cuddled up to Alyssa. He's supposed to be her cat anyway. But he was having, hey, I like you now kind of thing, you know, reaction to me being away. But Micah was very, very happy when I got back. Brought them back treats. Kind of random fun thing with the cats. The treats I brought back, they didn't like them. I went into a specialty shop for animals, and I was like, oh, these will be kind of cool. Let's take the cats back something. And yeah, I probably could have stopped at one of the mass retailers and picked up a box of their favorite treats, and they'd have been much happier. So I kind of did that. Then the next day I had to run to the grocery store, and I picked up another package of treats, and that was a dud too. So I've got 2 boxes of treats that I'm going to have to find somebody to take off my hands because my boys are spoiled and won't eat them. So that's another thing going on. Now, I think another thing that I'm going to be doing is I've had a lot of questions about my caps, about how to wash them. Now, this one is dirty. I wore this one a lot on vacation, and the inside is all sweaty and gross. I'm going to be doing a video on how to wash them. I'm going to do my best because I'm actually going to be washing it while I talk to you in video, so it's going to be interesting. I will give you a heads up. I hand wash mine, especially the ones with the beads. I don't want to take a chance on the tumbling action in the washing machine, breaking the stitching on the beading. Also don't want to, you know, this might get caught on something. And I do not have a lingerie bag. I don't have one of those. So hand washing undergarments is kind of what I do. So I hand wash these. Typically, I would have not had this grossness on the inside because I spot clean them after. So I'll give you a quick rundown. After I wear them, I spot clean them, you know, just kind of wash them with a cloth and some soap and water just to clean the band between uses. While I was away, I didn't because I was lazy. So now I've got to deal with the dirt. But every third use, that's about third use, I hand wash them with a mild detergent or a mild laundry soap in cold water. Now, I do not wring them. I do not do any kind of violent action to the fabric. I put them in the water, I'm like washy, 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 kind of like in this motion, and kind of doing this. Even this one, I think I'm going to have to pre-treat with some Shout or Zout or one of those kinds of pre-treaters, because yeah, it's gross. But just kind of do one of these motions with it. This part back here typically doesn't really get dirty. I don't know, maybe it's because I sweat a lot up here. This doesn't really get sweaty. It's odd, but this part doesn't really, the bun part doesn't really get dirty on the inside. It's just the band piece that gets the dirtiest. So this part, you know, I'm just, you know, washing it, squeezing it like this. And then when it's, of course, it's not wet now, but it gets full of water and whatever, I just kind of like this, get to this point. This is up here. Get to this point and I give it a squeeze, a squeeze, a squeeze. I get a towel, just I have some big towels that are old that I use for cleaning up spills and stuff. I grab one of those, I put it on the counter, I lay this on it, I fold it over, and I give it a pressing, kind of just to get as much of the water out as possible. I do not squeeze and wring, because again, that could damage this. But after I'm done with that, it gets either lay it flat to dry, or if you have what is things called clothespins, you can hang it up to dry. You can hang it up on a hanger, you can hang it on one of those clothes racks to dry. Also on the back of the door, some people have hooks. I've done that before too. It's much easier to do it now that I don't have little children running around slamming doors, because that was an issue for a while. It would end up on the floor. But I just hang it or lay it flat to dry, and then that's it. So I definitely am going to be doing the video for that. I just thought I would talk about it a bit until I get around to it. That sounds like I'm like, I'll just get around to it. That's not what I mean. Until I get to the video, it's probably going to be, that video will probably be Monday of next week, because I've got so many other videos in between. I thought I would give you an overview of what I do with the washing of these guys. I'm gonna put that back in the hamper. Okay. Also, my latest, I think this might be the last thing I talk about. My latest eBay find. I am a crazy person for vintage clothing and for just, I'm a textile fanatic. And I'll say May-ish. I found something on eBay. It was listed as a vintage Jewish Shabbos robe. It's this guy right here. And I loved it. I just put it on my to watch list and just let it go with that. And I figured either I'd buy it or I wouldn't. It was something I liked. And if I couldn't get it, I would try to replicate something similar myself. Well, this week, it arrived on Saturday. Opened it up yesterday. It's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. The price actually came down. It wasn't super crazy expensive, but the price actually came down to something insane that I could not resist. And it had been in my, I always want to say in my folder. It's not my folder. It had been on my watch list since around May. And I kind of figured that if it was still there, it was meant to come home and be mine. So this is what, it's nice and big and comfy. It's cotton in this really vibrant, I don't know if it comes across really as vibrant as it is on camera, with the beautiful stripe. It's gold. It's a gold and yellow stripe with orange and blue and some black. And it's hard to get it, but I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, so that's And I'm going to call it a ladder design down at the bottom. So it's really pretty. It's really pretty, this design on the sleeves. But I think the thing that got me was this design straight in the center. I've never seen a caftan or a robe, a Shabbos robe, put together quite like this. Typically the ones I've seen have zippers on the front and they're velvet and kind of dark in color and plain. I mean, very, very limited designs. That's just what I've seen. Kind of like, I would say glorified bathrobe, but they're not over the top. They're just kind of very subdued with the zip here. But they're like that crushed velvet or velvet feel. So when I saw this one, I'd never quite seen anything like it, and I had to have it. I do wish that I could read the brand. I'm not even sure which way to hold it, because then I could look and find information about it. Let's see, this is the tag, and then on the other side it just says like this. I have better pictures of the tag on my Facebook page and my Instagram, but I like to find out information about the things that I purchase. Like I did a whole thing about this chair here, and this was Nana Naomi's chair. I did a whole research bit on this insanely awesome chair, and that was kind of cool. So when I find something that's vintage and fun and I bring it into the collection, I like to do as much research as possible. But with this guy, I have no idea where to even start, because if you type in vintage Jewish Shabbos robe, nothing like this pops up. I mean, I get this listing, but nothing pops up. So not quite sure. I mean, this person may even be misinformed. I don't know, because I've had a couple of pieces that were mislabeled when I purchased them. They're just really pretty. I purchased them and they're listed as something that they're not. So I don't know, but I did like it, and I am going to be, because I like a nice salwar pant. I'm going to be making a nice salwar pant to wear underneath of it, because I think that is just very comfortable and it adds another layer of modesty to it. It's just something that I like. So I'm looking for a nice, since this is cotton, I'm looking for either a cotton or a linen stripe. I know that seems weird, but I thought a nice stripe underneath would be really pretty and kind of just give it something, just something else, just another added layer of texture, because this is a solid piece with some beautiful trimming. So I'm looking for something that's kind of in this family of colorings. It's probably going to be the dark blue or black background with a stripe in this I don't want to say it, it's like a burnt orange color. We got some white in there, some black, and of course you've got that insanely awesome color right here. It's a red color. It's a nice red. It's hard to see in this light. It's hard to see for me, and I should probably put my glasses on for this kind of stuff, but it's a nice metallic-y gold back here with the red and the black. So there's some good colors to choose from, but I thought I would do a striped salwar with those colors in it. A nice dark background though. If I find one that's like a I want to say like an indigo, a dark indigo, and then it has those stripes, that would be kind of cool. I'm looking right now at Burnley and Trowbridge because I've purchased some really nice fabrics from them. Looking at them right now and seeing some really pretty linen that's reasonably priced. It's like a yard by 60 inches is I think it's $14.99 or $14 per yard, and I need 2 yards, just to make sure that I had enough to make the pants. Now I do like my salwar pants very baggy with lots of pleats in the front, so it's kind of cool. I did find a YouTube tutorial on how to create them, because I typically rely on patterns a lot, because sometimes my brain figuring out, I can figure out shapes, but sometimes figuring out measurements isn't my best thing. So I typically like to start off with some type of pattern. And this wonderful lady makes these, and she goes step by step on how the measurements are done for the pieces. And that's more helpful than seeing a picture of just the shapes with no measurements. So I'm going to leave a link to her video. She's got like a 4-part video in case anybody else is interested in creating salwar pants, because oh my gosh, amazing. I have quite a few tunics in my closet, so having the pants to go with is kind of fun. Now, especially because like sometimes when I gain weight in the bottom portion of my body a lot more than up here. I do get chunky arms, but I've always had chunky arms. But so this makes craziness when I buy my salwar kameez sets. The top, the kameez will fit, and the salwar will be too tight. So learning to make my own, I can mix and match and kind of make my own pants until I can lose the weight, which I'm slowly doing. So maybe this beauty isn't the last thing I will talk about, because that's another thing that I've been working with is losing weight. It's a struggle. It's a process, and sometimes it's hard to understand and have it sink in to my head that you didn't gain all this weight all at once. No, it's not just going to melt off of your body. It takes time. So I'm going to talk about that, but in like 2 seconds. But this, as soon as I get the fabric that I'm going to be using, because as much fabric as I have in my house, I mean, and I have a lot of fabric, I don't have fabric that would look good with this. I mean, I have some sackcloth reproduction 1930s flour sack material, but none of the colors go with this, and it's really, it's just not appropriate. It doesn't look good. I may make pants with that, but I won't be making them for this. So let me put this away. And then the absolute final thing to talk about is I'm finally losing weight. Okay, so this is something I think other people are dealing with, especially during pandemic. But when I turned 40, I expected things to get a little odd. I made it through 40 and things were fine. 41 though, my body decided to do all kind of wonky hormonal things, like go crazy hormone wise. And my thyroid quit working right. My girl parts, my girl hormones were like, no, and everything was just all over the place. So I ended up, and I hope this isn't too much information. I hope just chatting with you. If men are watching this, leave now. You shouldn't be watching this to begin with, but I can't control that. But I ended up getting a DNC because stuff just wasn't, I mean, it just total haywire. It was bad. I mean, I was anemic, severely anemic, where I had to go and get the iron infusion. My thyroid, you know, I'm on thyroid medication. I gained, it's like I lost a whole bunch of weight and then I gained a whole bunch of weight, and I was tired all the time. It was like a roller coaster of every possible bad thing that could happen, it seemed like, with my body. I was cold all the time. I mean, this is something I talk about in my videos because I've had people in the past, you know, I'm wearing a turtleneck and a sweater and it's 90 degrees outside, and it's like, there have got to be better solutions to, I'm like, wait, what? I'm cold. This works for me. Well, this year, no. I finally got everything everything calmed down. I've got everything evened out. And then now that I've gotten my hormones balanced, I've gotten my my iron levels where they belong. I've got, you know, my thyroid is working. Yay! Yay, yay medicine. I'm finally able to feel good enough to exercise. And for those ladies who are tired and having people say, just push through it, you can do it. No, 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 no. That's not the way that works. Your body is, or at least my body is tired for a reason, and pushing through does not work. Pushing through just, it can actually sabotage. It can do harm. So what I did is I was like, no, I can't do it. I cannot just push through into a workout when I don't feel good, because I'm going to harm myself. I mean, I could strain a muscle, I could break something. I mean, it could also even make things worse when I'm not losing weight, when I want to lose weight, because I'm not a dietitian. I'm not one of the people the trainer, you know, that's not. But just from my own personal experience with my journey, these are the things I noticed. And these are the things that people told me, well, you can do it. You can push through. You can feel better. You can, it's a mind over matter thing. And it's not. It wasn't. And I did talk about this a lot over the past 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, with the past year and a half with, the C word. I'm a little loopy when it comes to time, so I apologize. And I think it's just from being home all the time and not actually having to have a schedule of things to do and places to be and people to see. So I apologize if my time memory is off. But this still stands that it's been a journey to get myself back to healthy. I still have issues where I'm tired, but I've learned if I'm tired, I take a nap. I listen to my body, and that's been helpful over the past 6 months, because, you know, it's like, I recognize that I need to listen to my body, and that's helped with losing weight and feeling better and being able to do the things I need to do every day. It's like something I don't talk about with everybody until now. I don't talk about it with my family because sometimes I think they've been through a lot with their own health, and it's hard to understand when you're going through your own stuff that just because yours may seem worse, it doesn't mean that the person over here isn't suffering too. So you tend to look at and I did this too, you know, you have 16 different health and more serious stuff here, and I'm only suffering with a couple of things, and they don't seem to be as serious. So it kind of like, yeah, my stuff isn't important and I can just push through. I can just, you know, deal with it. But it's their suffering doesn't invalidate your suffering, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to get back on track. I didn't script this part because I didn't think I was going to talk about it. But when it comes to my weight, I was really, really unhappy when I went back to the doctor in the spring, and I was at the heaviest I had been since I had my first child. I went, when I was pregnant with Chaska, I was like 135-ish, and then I went to 219 pounds by the time I delivered him. Now that was because I was stuffed. You know, you have to eat for two. And I'm like, wait, now I look at that and go, huh? Why? That's kind of dumb. But that was the mindset. And I only ate starches. I mean, I craved potatoes and macaroni and cheese. That's all I wanted to eat was starch. And I gained and I gained and I gained and I gained. And unfortunately, my doctor didn't say, hey, this is not good. Stop. We need to talk about your diet. I didn't do it. So, went through, you know, I did lose most of the weight. I never got down to where I started, which it is what it is, you know, whatever. But 135 pounds, I'm 5 foot, we're going to round it up to 5'8", because 5'7" and change. But I never quite got down there, but 150s was okay. You know, it's great, right? And then I've, over the years, lost and gained and lost and gained and lost and gained, whatever. You know, I never quite, with my second and third children, I never gained that much weight. It was only like 24 pounds around. We'll average it out to about 24 pounds for both. And then I lost the weight. Well, with the hormones and the pandemic and just everything that has happened, I got back up to 216 pounds. Oh my gosh, I couldn't fit in any of my clothes. I was miserable. It's what it was. And I decided that I was making changes. Now I did not go on this, I'm going to exercise to death. I didn't do that, because that's the best way to stop it. That's the best way to fail for me. Is to just jump into this crazy exercise routine and crazy strict diet because I've been on so many diets. I've been, just name a diet and I've probably done it. The ones that I hated the most were the ones that were like fat-free, the ones with the fake sugar, like Sweet and Low and Equal and all that stuff. I really hated those because they're very restrictive, and I ended up eating way more because I craved things. The super crazy calorie restriction diets. I was hungry. When you're hungry, you cheat. You're only cheating yourself, but you ended up, at least I end up eating things that I wouldn't normally have eaten. So, or in portion sizes I wouldn't normally have eaten. So I found a book about, it's like the Hormone. Again, I should prepare for this stuff, but I didn't think about talking about this, but it was like the hormone reset diet or something. It's a woman's version of keto. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can do that. So I started by reading the book, looking at the sample menus. I followed the menus, except for the things that I don't typically eat. I substituted. So I was doing really good, and I lost some weight, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And I worked at it. Now, I'm not super crazy strict, because I know a lot of people are talking about, and I've talked about this, I think, before. I've talked with people who are like, I do keto. I lost 20 pounds in a month. I've lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm like, wait, what? No, why? At my weight, if I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks, I would like, yeah, that would only take me like a month and a half to lose all my weight. Yeah, great. But I tend to do things more in moderation. That's just the way I do things. I like to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. I also don't crazy stress my body out with insane workouts. I'm slowly working up to more and more working out, with some weights, some like 2-pound weights. Yes, I could do 10-pound weights. No, I don't want to bulk up my arms. So I do my huge amounts of reps, which is just kind of one of those weird things. Sometimes I think I'm just odd, but I do things in threes, like 3 sets of 13, or reps 33. I don't know why I come up with this. I don't know why I do this. It's just what I do. Weird me, but I own it, and that is me. But I'm working with my 2-pound weights, because I don't have 3-pound weights. I would love to have 3-pound weights. So I'm working out with that. And then I have an elliptical machine downstairs. But I really found that during vacation, the walking thing is like, yes, I can do this. I can do the walking thing. We walked and we walked and we walked and we walked and we walked. Oh my God, we walked. It was insane how many steps we took just just walking around Savannah, because there's so much to see, and I didn't want to, it's easier to walk than it is to take the car. So I got into the habit of every day getting up and walking to breakfast. We walked, we had a coffee shop 2 blocks from the hotel, but we walked to the one that was 1.5 miles away just to get that morning walk in before breakfast. It was really cool. And when I went on vacation, I'll jump back really quick because I totally missed the point on this one. By the time I went, we were going away, I'd lost 22 pounds. And I was super, super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, 22 pounds. That's big. That's insane progress for, and I'm like, yes. I was so excited. I bought new clothes because I could actually wear clothes. Well, I could wear clothes before, but I could wear the clothes that I wanted to wear. So I bought some cute things to wear on vacation, and I was super excited. And we went away for vacation, and I was so worried that I would come back and have gained poundage back, like because of the amount of food that I was eating, the different kinds of food. I didn't stick to keto while I was there because I wanted to be able to experience the food of Savannah. I didn't want to have to count calories, which you don't do on keto so much. But I didn't want to have to be super attentive to what was in the food. I just wanted to be able to enjoy myself. I wanted to be able to sit on the balcony of a restaurant and have a cocktail without thinking, okay, this has orange juice in it, I can't have it. This has this in it, I can't have it. I just wanted to enjoy it. So, but I don't know how to better describe it, but I said, okay, look, I'm not going to go hog wild crazy when it comes to portions and like eating everything in sight. Every time I walked into the candy shop, which was, several times, I wasn't getting the free pralines that they were handing out. Not every time. I did once, and it was just a little piece, and I was like, oh, that's good. I did not feel the need to buy a pound of them, because that one little piece was satisfying. That was it. That's all I needed for the entire time I was there. I was able to enjoy just being there without the craziness. Well, I came home and I was so worried between the food and the alcohol and because I do drink. I drink in moderation. I don't drink to get drunk. It's everything, again, it's in moderation. But when I came home, I was so worried that I had gained a lot of weight. I was just like, oh gosh, I've gained like 10 pounds. Oh my gosh. I actually lost another 1.5 pounds. So I'm like, I'm celebrating today because I'm like, oh my gosh, not only did I go on vacation and eat what I wanted and drink what I wanted, because I was like active and enjoying myself and not depriving myself. And this is probably bullshit, but this is the way I'm thinking it happened, is because I didn't deny myself that little piece of candy that I wanted. I didn't deny myself the ice cream that I really wanted to have, or the cocktail with the orange juice, or the croissant with that I really, because I love croissants. I have an affinity for breads, as it's like this thing. I love bread. I grew up eating a lot of bread. So it just makes me feel all warm and cozy inside when I have a nice big piece of warm bread. So croissant is like, oh, it's the best bread ever. Anyway, I digress. So I feel like because I didn't deprive myself of those things, but I ate them in moderation, just a little bit here and there, that helped with the walking to keep me on track to losing the poundage that I need to lose, because I'm shocked. I'm shocked that I lost that amount of weight. So on a vacation, when typically not everyone, but typically weight would have been gained. So yay. So now for the very final point on this, I feel like I need to say, My goal is 155 pounds. I'm not trying to be 135 pounds. I mean, I'm not trying to get myself down to like a little slip of I don't, with my body type, at my age, I think that is the best for me. So I feel like I need to add that in so nobody's like worried or thinks that, you know, everybody's body type is different. Everybody's height is different. So the ideal weight for everybody is completely different. So I didn't want to, like, I don't know how to put it. I didn't want anybody to feel pressured or shamed or anything else. That's not what I'm going for. I'm trying to discuss what I'm going through, trying to get healthy again. And I don't know, I wish more people would talk about this, because it's something that's typically not talked about. We're just told, you know, you're too fat or you're unhealthy or something negative. And it's hard to get the negatives out of the head. Now I'm digressing and I'm straying off into so I'm going to just cut it off here before, you know, before I offend somebody or before I just get too rambly. So I'm going to say goodbye until my next video, where I do some wrapping and stuff. So have a wonderful day, ladies, and I will see you in the next video.